Hey everyone and welcome to our channel. My name's Nikki and this is Jake. Stop! Hey everyone and welcome to our channel. My name's Nikki and this is my husband Jake. We are doing our packing video today for our 14-night trip to Walt Disney World in Florida. We are flying at the beginning of August from Manchester Airport and we are staying at Disney's All-Star Sports Resort, which we are super excited about. We have stayed at All-Star Movies before, but we have not been to All-Star Sports, so we're really excited to try that out. So I will take you through what we are going to be taking with us for our trip. It's not absolutely everything that we will be taking, as we've still got a little while before our trip yet, but it's a good start.
Yeah, we've got loads of stuff on the bed right now, so we're going to split things into categories, which we will timestamp down below.
So let's take a look at what we've put together so far. So this is a little look at everything that we have put together so far. But before we get into that, we're just going to have to take a quick detour because our neighbours like to set their houses on fire. This is the second time this year, so we'll take a small detour and then we'll jump right back into it.
So yeah, we'll just wait for the fire brigade to leave and then we'll get right back to it.
So here's a little look at everything that we've put together so far. We'll start off by talking through the things that we were taking with us on the plane, so our hand luggage over here. Then we'll move on to talk about the toiletries and my makeup bag over there. After that, we'll move on to talk about what we take with us to the parks in our park bag over here, including my Disney accessories.
And then lastly, we're going to talk about our clothes, which are just over there.
Okay, so let's get started first of all with our hand luggage and the things that we need with us on the plane. So starting off first of all with our hand luggage bag that we take. So I take my tote bag. It's the medium sized one and I don't know if you can see, but it's very spacious. So there's loads of room for everything that we need for the flight. So in there we'll have all of our travel documentation. So things like we print out our ESTAs, we have our hotel confirmation, we have our travel insurance printed out. Might seem a bit excessive to some, but we like to be super prepared. So all that will go in there with us. Then as well in there, we always take some tissues with us and some hand sanitizer. Then in there we also have things like our headphones, our AirPods, obviously passports, our dollars, our bank cards. We also always take our portable charger, which we're flying with Aer Lingus, so it has to be in your hand luggage anyway. This particular one is really cute because the paw print lights up to show you how much charge is left on the bank, which is adorable. This one is from Amazon and we love it. It lasts a really long time. And then the last thing in there really will be some snacks for the plane, although we are lucky enough to be flying business class this time with Aer Lingus. So we are going to get some food and snacks on the plane, so we won't need to take too much with us. So that was our first piece of hand luggage. And then in our second piece is this small hand luggage case. Don't know if you can really tell the size from here, but it's not one of the large cabin bags, it's a smaller one. So this bag in particular is for all of our techie bits. This is the first trip that we are vlogging, so this is all a bit new to us, but we thought it'd be nice to have all of our equipment in one place, which is easily accessible for us on the plane, because obviously we will need the equipment out on the plane and in the airport. So I'll go through now what will be inside of here. Okay, so the first thing that will be going in that case is, of course, our camera, which I can't show you because we are filming on currently. We have got the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. We're really enjoying it so far, but it is the first vlog series, so we'll have to let you know. We got the Creator Combo, which comes with a few extra bits, such as an extra battery pack, a mic, which we are currently using at the moment, but we did buy an extra one so that we both have one together. It also comes with all the charging cables and things that you need, and we also need our micro SD cards and also our SD card reader. So all of the little accessories go in this little travel case that actually came with the Creator Combo. Then this one is just a protective case that was actually from Shein that just keeps the camera protected basically. And then again from Shein we've got just a little waterproof case because we know what the weather is like in Florida. We have been caught in many a rainstorm, so we wanted to make sure that all of our tech equipment when it's in our park bag doesn't get wet and doesn't get destroyed, so that's just going to go in there as well. Then, as I said, this is all a bit new to us. However, we didn't want to bring lots of SD cards with us, so instead we have got a hard drive that we're going to back all of our videos onto at the end of every couple of days. So that will be going in there as well with the cables that we need. So the one that we went for in particular is the Samsung Portable SSD. This one is T7. We just picked it up from Amazon, but it's really nice and compact. It doesn't weigh anything at all, and it is 2 terabytes, so there is loads of space on there for everything that we would need on our trip. So then to be able to transfer everything onto that SSD, we also needed to bring with us a laptop. So I'll be bringing my MacBook Pro. It's quite an old one at this point, but it fits perfectly into this case, as you can see. And obviously we'll be taking the charger and things for that to keep protected, but that all fits nicely inside that case. So that will be our second piece of hand luggage that we will be taking on the plane with us.
I sent Marek the fire engine and he put ultimate title, packing for Disney gone wrong, brackets almost died. It's actually a really good title.
So then the last bit of tech equipment, other than things like adapters and our phone chargers, is this extension cable. So we're taking this with us this time because our experience last time at All Star Movies was that there was not many plug sockets in the room. So we've got this one, because on here you have got the regular plug sockets, and then there is also USB-C and regular USB ports as well. So it means that we can charge all of our camera equipment at the same time, which will be really handy. And obviously we won't be leaving this unattended. Safety first.
And then over to me for the last thing. I'm also bringing sick bags because I don't fly particularly well at all. Most of the time I tend to be fine flying to whatever destination, but whenever I come home I always seem to get sick. Even though the flight home tends to be a good hour or two quicker, for some reason, I don't know if it's the direction, don't know if it's the airflow, I don't know, but every single time I always end up feeling sick. And in the last trip, actually, I couldn't even get up to get a sick bag. So I sent Nikki to go get them and she couldn't find them for ages. So I was hanging on for dear life. So this time we are bringing our own sick bags to make sure that I have enough and I don't stress and panic if the time comes.
Cheers. Okay, so next up is our toiletries. So if we start off with our main packing cube, we like to use packing cubes to organise all of our bits into our suitcases. We are actually going to take 3 suitcases with us this time because we have more of a luggage allowance with us flying business. So we can actually take 3 23 kilogram bags each this time, which we're not taking that many. We're going to take 3 in total. We're hoping not to fill those going out, so that then we can bring all the goodies back with us.
Yeah, we like to use packing cubes firstly to keep things together and help keep things organised, but also to make sure that there's no spillages. So when it comes to things like shampoos that can typically leak, that just makes sure that if things do leak, they don't spill into our electronics. So always handy to have.
First up, we have razors and shaving foam. So then we have a new pack of toothbrushes and toothpaste. We like to take a pack of toothbrushes because we are a nightmare for dropping them on the floor and we would hate to be without a toothbrush. So there we go. Then we just have shampoo and conditioner. These ones are for Jake. Then these ones are mine. These are Superdrug's own purple shampoo and purple conditioner to try and keep my hair as icy as we can. Although I have found that the hard water over there does not particularly like my hair and it does make it go more brassy, but hopefully these will help to keep that at bay. Next up, we have a big soap. We'll actually probably take a couple of these with us. We always end up running out, so we like to have extra. Then this is the deodorant that I take. This one is the Shore Pear and Jasmine scent. It smells absolutely delightful, so I love that one. And then dry shampoo as well. I like to just spruce up my hair with this throughout the day, and I like to change hairstyle too, so it just gives it a bit of a boost really. Next up, I just have some face wipes. I really like these ones from Superdrug. They're really gentle on the skin and they smell lovely. And then lastly for me, this is the shower gel that I'll be taking with me. It is the Soap and Glory Berry and Bright. I got it in a Christmas set, but I think it's more of a summery scent than a Christmassy scent. It's very fresh and fruity, so that'll be lovely in Florida.
So up next, I have this Clean and Clear exfoliating wash. That's face wash, and that's because I have firstly quite dry skin on my face and also can be quite spot prone. So this is the one that tends to work best for me. Body wash, we've gone for the classic basic links. You can't go wrong. It does say 3-in-1, but no real man actually uses it for 3-in-1, so I'm just using this for body wash. And again, because I do have dry skin, this is the best moisturizer for me. This one is Neutrogena. They always change the packaging, but this is what it currently looks like. This one is an oil-free moisturizer, so again, it's good if you have spot-prone skin. So this is the deodorant I'm using. Most deodorants that I use, I find, tend to leave marks on your t-shirts, but for the most part, this has been the best one that I use. Now, when it comes to hair products, I've used many over the years, but because I like to have quite a textured look, I tend to use this matte paste by Dapper Dan. It is quite expensive. It tends to be around £15, but this is the best product for my hair. And then once I've got the texture by ruffling that product through my hair, I like to finish it off with some Weller hairspray. This particular one has a hold of 4. And here's the texture in my hair. Now, if you haven't gathered already, I'm quite a high maintenance man, so I've also got my entire grooming regime right here. First of all, this is the beard trimmer I use. There's a few different heads, but this one goes up to a grade 10. This particular one is by a brand called Suprent or Suprent. This one, again, is from Amazon. Then when it comes to actually shaping up the beard, so getting those sharp, defined lines, I use this particular electric razor. Once you've got your shape up lines, I like to use a foiler. This one is just a foiler attachment right here, so that one gets it down to the skin to make it nice and smooth. And this one is a Babulous. Now, when it comes to shaving, I find it very difficult to get to certain angles, so I do have a 3-way folding mirror right here. This just makes sure that you can get especially to the side angles, which I find very hard to get to. And then when I have finished shaving, I like to use this vitamin C glow revealing liquid peel from the Body Shop. This one is absolute magic. So the way it works is you rub it on your face and it will literally take off all of the dead skin, leaving it nice and smooth, which I can then finish off with my moisturizer. Job done.
In the next packing cube, and again this is just one of our set of 3 from Primark, we have all of our medicines. So we have just got some plasters. As you will know if you've been to Disney before, the walk-in is an absolute killer, so we would never go without plasters. For the same reason, we also have a pack of mixed-sized blister plasters. Then, as Jake has already said, he is prone to travel sickness, so here are some motion sickness bands. He doesn't particularly think that they make a difference, however, it's worth a try. To go alongside those, these are just some ginger capsules, because again, these apparently help with travel sickness. He's yet to try these though, so can't report back on that just yet. Then last time we were in America, we bought these Dramamine pills that are again meant to be great for travel sickness. Again, he has not tried these yet. However, he is going to be trying these on this trip. Then we always take some allergy relief tablets. I am prone to insect bites and I am allergic to them, so I take these just in case that happens. Then just some Imodium, and finally just some painkillers. So we've got paracetamol and ibuprofen. Somebody told us as a hack that paracetamol is great for when your feet start hurting you in Disney when you've been in those queues all day towards the end of your trip, so we might give that a try this time. So the day before we fly, we're actually going to be staying at the Holiday Inn next to Manchester Airport, so we've just got these mini travel bottles that we're actually going to fill with products before we go, just to take in our hand luggage for that day. Then this adorable little Minnie and Mickey bag. Inside here is just all of our sun creams. So for this trip, we are trying this sun cream here. So this is the Hydra 24-Hour Protect, although we will be applying it more than once every 24 hours. This one is Factor 30. We've actually gone for a cream this time as opposed to the dry oil sprays, as unfortunately on our last trip, all of Jake's light t-shirts were stained pink from the sun cream that we used. So we've not tried this before, but we're hoping that this one won't stain this time.
And just to preface, those white shirts I'd never worn before. I bought them specifically for the holiday. I wanted to wear them before I went on holiday to get some use out of them, but the lovely wife told me that I need to save them for the holiday. So I did that, wore them for the first time, and they were all absolutely ruined by the staining. So yeah, we're going to try and learn from that mistake and use this cream-based one.
Then this one here is actually a face UV. So this one is for blemish-prone skin, and it says that it does not clog pores, which we went for because, as Jake's already mentioned, he does struggle with his skin. So this one is Factor 50 plus, and this one is just UV protection for the face. So again, we've not tried this one before, but we're hoping that this one is going to work well, and we're just going to share this between us. Then for every trip, I always take with me a scalp protector. Because I am very fair, my scalp burns really easily. So this one is an SPF 50. It is the Malibu one, which smells lovely, and it doesn't make your hair particularly greasy, which is fantastic. So last up, as I have already mentioned, I am prone to insect bites, and I do get quite bad reactions to them, so I need a strong insect repellent. I go for this Jungle Formula spray. It does absolutely stink, and it does make areas really slippy, so just watch out for that if you do go for this one. This one is extra strong, but it does usually work well. So I get 2 of those for our 2-week trip. Jake tends to avoid this as he doesn't really struggle from bites, and he doesn't like the feeling on his skin.
Does he not?
No, you never use it. You're always like, ew, it's oily.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
And then still in terms of insect repellent, I also get this pack of insect repellent bands from Amazon. This is $7.99 and you get 12 in a pack of various colours, so I like to colour coordinate them to my outfits. They look like this. And I tend to put one on my wrist and one on my ankle. They are really stretchy, so they'll fit anyone. And they tend to work really well as well for me. So the combination of those alongside this tend to mean that I don't get bitten, which is ideal. So then last but not least, in terms of toiletries, I always like to take a new hairbrush with me. So that's this one here. This one's just a Primark one. I really do like the Primark brushes, but I just think it's nice to have a new hairbrush for a holiday. Treat yourself, you know. Then this one is the body spray that I'm going to be taking. I think I might actually treat myself to a new perfume at duty free this time. However, I'm going to take the Sol de Janeiro Rio Radiance. I love the smell of this one. It's just summer.
And then for me, I use the 1 Million by Paco Rabanne, which has been my favourite for way too many years.
As well as that, I'm actually going to be trying these self tanning drops. These are in extra dark and they are by Tanologist. I have not tried them before, so I don't know what they're going to be like, but I will try them before my trip. I'm hoping that this will give me just a little bit of a base tan for the start of your trip, just to give you that confidence boost, really. I feel so much better with a tan, so hopefully these work well. Then in terms of hair accessories, I've got these little flower clips from Shein, which are really cute. I've got this adorable little Pascal clip as well. I am obsessed with Tangled, and I actually have a Pascal tattoo that the kids loved to point out to me on my last Disney trip, which was adorable. So I'm going to make use out of this one this time. And then I also have these little tiny Mickey head clips, which I'm going to accessorize with my outfits. Then finally, onto my makeup. I'm just taking one eyeshadow palette with me. I know that some of you will think I'm mad, but I do like to wear makeup in Florida. It just makes me feel better, and especially when we're going out for meals on an evening, I like to feel like I made a bit of an effort. So I'm just going to take the Too Faced Born This Way Natural Nudes palette. I love this one. The colours are absolutely beautiful, and there's just a perfect colour for every outfit, so that is enough. I only need to take the one palette with me. And then in here we have all of my makeup bits. So starting off with my base, I'm going to take this e.l.f. Stay Cool Primer Stick. I'm not gonna lie, this was a offer, so I got it for free when I bought other things from e.l.f. But I love the idea of the Stay Cool stick, especially in the Florida heat. So I'm going to be taking that to try and see if it works. Then as my foundation base, I'm going to be taking the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I do really like this. It makes your skin feel really moisturised. So I'm actually going to be taking two foundations with me on this trip. The first one is the MAC Studio Water Weight SPF 30 foundation. So obviously this one's got SPF in it and it feels so light on the skin. It's more of a tinted moisturiser than anything. It is so light, it literally is like water, but it does give you just a bit of a base colour, which I really, really like. So this one's going to be more of my daytime foundation. And then this one here is the Kiko Holiday Wonder Lights. This one is a foundation and concealer 2-in-1. It doesn't look it here, but this one is actually a touch darker and it is more full coverage. So this one I'm going to wear towards the end of my holiday when hopefully I've got a little bit of a tan, and also on an evening if I'm going out for a meal, for example. So they are the two foundations that I'll be taking with me. And then just to set those, I'm going to take my MAC's Fix It. This one is really hydrating, it smells lovely, and it does keep your makeup put where you want it, which is brilliant, especially in that Florida heat. Then in terms of other little makeup-y bits, I've got this Maybelline Tattoo Liner. It is just a brown liquid eyeliner. Up next, I have this Lip Butter Balm from Rimmel. This is in the shade Latte Delight. I think this is meant to be a dupe of the Summer Fridays, and I've got to admit I do have both, and this does feel very similar and they taste lovely. So far I am very impressed. Then I've just got a clear brow gel. I've got this e.l.f. waterproof mascara. I've not tried this one before, but just picked up a fresh one for my holiday. To be honest, I think it'll be absolutely fine. As long as it's waterproof, then it'll be fine over in the heat. Then I've got the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This number 7 palette I actually got for Christmas, and it's got some gorgeous blush, bronzer and highlighter shades in, so I'm going to take that with me. And then finally for makeup bits, I've got the Milk Makeup Blush Cream Stick. This is absolutely divine. I love this. And finally, I'm going to take with me the Rituals Shimmering Body Oil. This smells beautiful and it just gives you a lovely sheen, which I think, especially when you've got a bit of a tan or when you're on holiday, just adds a really nice touch. So next up, we're going to be looking at what is in our park bag. First of all, I want to show you the bag itself. So this is the Disney World 50th Anniversary Loungefly. I actually got this on our honeymoon trip, which was the first time that I'd ever been to Disney World. So this bag holds a special place in my heart. I absolutely love it as well. I feel like this one is ideal because it is not so feminine that Jake minds carrying it with him. So we take turns lugging this around with us. But it's just such a lovely park bag. So first things first, it would not be a Disney trip without some ears. So this pair I actually bought from Vinted. They're just silver and it's got the cute little castle in the middle. Next up, I've got these traditional sequined Minnie Mouse ears, the red and white polka dots, and then the black bow in the middle. These are from Primark, I believe, but I bought these for our honeymoon trip, so these are a couple of years old now. Next up, I've got this lovely pair here. So these ones were a present from Jake, again for our honeymoon. These ones were from Etsy, I believe. And I love these ones because they are so lightweight compared to the Disney ones. So these ones feel like literally nothing on your head, which is brilliant. It means that you don't get a headache. So these are lovely. I especially love wearing them at Animal Kingdom. And then last of all, I've got these adorable tangled ears. You can see up close, again, there is lots of pastel. You've got Flynn, you've got Rapunzel on there. I absolutely love these. As I already said, I am a tangled girly through and through. So these are ideal. And I think I will actually probably end up treating myself to some more ears on this trip. But I'll definitely be taking these four with me. Okay, so on to the park essentials. First of all, I've got this cute little Mickey Mouse purse. This was just from Primark. It was £3.50, so our dollars and our cards will go in there.
So up next we have our magic bands, which if you don't know, these are used for things like accessing your room, so these are in place of a key card. You also can use these of course to get into the park, which we find is the easiest way to get into the parks. Problem we do have is mine actually broke on our last trip, so you might be able to see just here. The little knocks right here, these did come off. I have managed to push them back in, which I remember trying to do every single night when we were in Florida last year, but they just kept falling off. So our plan is on the very first day, the day that we actually land, we're going to go straight to Disney Springs and we're going to try and find some more magic bands because, like I say, mine's broke and I just want a brand new one.
These ones are actually the old style magic band as well. Now they have the newer style that is more interactive and that are rechargeable. And these can also be used as well if you have the photo pass, which UK guests do have as part of their 14-day ticket, which means that instead of having to get your phone out or your key card out at the photo opportunities, they just scan your magic band instead, and then all of your pictures will go onto your My Disney Experience app.
So the next thing we have is two ponchos, which actually came in a case. So these particular ones, again, are from Primark. These ones are actually £2, so they are nice and cheap. On our first trip together to Disney in 2022 for our honeymoon, we actually got caught in the rain quite a lot. So we ended up having to go to Disney Springs into World of Disney, and we purchased two ponchos, and they were at least $20 to $30, I think. So that was kind of expensive, but they did end up getting a bit musty, having been worn in the rain. They kind of go a little bit moldy over time. So we did buy some brand new ones for this trip, which you can see right here in the nice compact cases to make sure they can be stored nice and securely in the bag.
We are quite good at staying out of the rain and avoiding the showers. However, you just never know. So we like to have them as backup. Okay, so to pair with my ears, I also have this adorable ear holder. Again, this one was from Etsy. So it has my name on there and it just pops open like this. So if you are tired of wearing your ears on your head, you just pop this through, clip it up at the back, and then this will attach onto your bag so you don't have to wear them all day. I love this because for some rides I definitely don't want to keep my ears on or at risk of losing them. So I just pop it off, pop it on here, clip it onto my bag, and then they are safe in the compartments. So that is brilliant, and it looks like the cast member sign, which I just think is an adorable touch. Now we have some waterproof phone cases. These are more of a water park exclusive. We're actually really excited this time because we always go in summer, which means that for the past two trips, we have only got to experience Typhoon Lagoon. However, this year is the first time in a while that they have had both water parks open at the same time. So we are hoping to experience Blizzard Beach on this trip, which means that we can pop our phones in here and we can have them with us instead of having to keep them in our locker for the whole trip.
Right, so another essential for the parks, we have these two cooling towels. We've got a blue one for me and a purple one for the lovely lady. So how these work is you can wet them using either a water bottle or ideally one of the water fountains that you can find around the park. You wring them out, try and get rid of all the excess water, and then you can slap them on your neck, and hopefully that will cool you down in the hot Florida sun.
They actually do work really well. And then these ones, we bought these ones from Amazon. They came in a pack of 4. So we used 2 on our last trip that we actually got rid of in the end. And then we're using these 2 for this trip. And then they come with these little plastic bags and a keychain to pop them in when they are wet, because you don't want to put them in your bag. And then again, you can just clip those onto your bag so you don't have to keep them on you all the time, which is really handy. So other than that, in our park bag for our day-to-day, we will also usually put in our charging bank. We will also have in there some painkillers. We always take a water bottle with us as we start our park day, and then throughout the day obviously replenish. We also always take with us hand sanitizer, and then as well in our park bag we will have the waterproof case with all of the camera equipment in there as well, including the extra battery pack. So we're now going to really quickly go over the clothes that we are taking with us so that this video does not drag on for too long. Do not worry, all of these shoes on the bed are new.
For me, I'm bringing these white 270s, which are actually brand new. I've also got a pair of black ones, which I'm going to wear for travel day and on and off between the trip, depending on the outfit. Since you walk a lot at Disney, most trainers do hurt your feet, but I have used these for our past few trips and they are the most comfy that I've worn so far.
Then other than that, we've got a pair of flip-flops each just for around the pool. We are hoping to make use of the pool more this time on our trip. Then I've got a new pair of pink Crocs. I did actually get a pair of white Disney Crocs on my last trip, which I will probably take with me again, but these ones are just my new pair. Underneath that, I've just got some pairs of cycling shorts out. They will be going underneath my dresses just for coverage on the rides. Then I also treated myself to a pair of New Balance. These are the style 530. Absolutely love them. Feel like they will go with everything on this trip, which is fantastic. And then to go with those, I just got some new socks from Primark. I like these ones because they've got a bit of a frill on the top. Okay, so really quickly, first up, I've just got a set of 4 basic tank tops here. These were a set from Next, and they're just brilliant to go with some trousers that I'll show you later on in this video. This one is Jake's cap, and this one is my cap. Sometimes the sun just gets a little bit too much and you want to protect your head, especially when you're around the pool as well. I love this Coach one. I actually found it in TK Maxx. And I just think it's beautiful. These here are just pyjama sets, so just shorts and little crop tops, which will keep me nice and cool in the Florida heat. So we're not going to run through all of Jake's clothes. As he is a man, it is literally just shorts and plain t-shirts. However, I am going to quickly run you through what I am taking. So I am actually a fan of wearing trousers in the Florida heat, especially this type that are so loose and flowy. They are really comfortable, and as I have thick thighs, I find that these are actually the comfiest thing for me, as well as dresses with cycling shorts underneath. So I have 4 pairs of these trousers, and then the plain t-shirts that I showed you previously, as well as this really adorable inside out t-shirt. That's actually pajamas from Primark, but I'll be wearing it as a day-to-day top. And now I'm just going to show you through really quickly all of the dresses that I'm going to be taking with me. Okay, so that is everything for our packing vlog. Our next video will be our travel day, where we travel to Manchester, stay over at the Holiday Inn, and then fly to Orlando.
But yeah, we're very excited. We can't wait to take you on this journey with us. If you did enjoy the video at any point, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Waste my time till you're back in my room. And if you change your mind, I could give you the moon. I can't sleep, I'll be waiting till you walk in the door. And if you need me, I'll be laying face down on the floor. I'm just wasting my time, want you out of my head. At the same damn time, want you right in my bed again.